This video is a little off topic for my channel. Not really, because the channel's mostly just about my bad financial decisions, and technically this counts as one of them. This is a Polaroid Big Shot from the early 70s. Turns out there's an antique store, like literally 5 minutes away from my work, and they had just a pile of Polaroid cameras. And this was actually on the bottom shelf of a table in one of their living room modeling areas. I just happened to glimpse like this corner and went, wait, what is that? And yes, it is a Polaroid Big Shot in almost perfect condition, complete with wacky instructions. The only thing broken is this. I grew up at the tail end of Polaroid being a thing originally. I remember when I was like a little kid being given like the family Polaroid camera that nobody wanted to use and a couple of packs of film, and we'd go on vacation, and mom and dad being like, be careful, the film is expensive, don't waste it. And I was a kid, so I wasted it, but I still have some of those pictures. So the recent Polaroid revival with the Impossible Project, and like now you can sometimes find the less exotic Polaroid films like at Target and stuff like that. I'm very excited for. I have one that takes that less exotic film. This is not that. This they have not made film for in 20 years? 23? Something like that. And yeah, it's weird film. Let's go through the camera, because I've been going through it with a fine-tooth comb looking for problems, and it looks like it's all fine. Note the flash mechanism there, and this very unusual looking film mechanism for, the Polaroids that I'm used to. And look at these freaking instructions. You take your picture, you pull the film out the top, you set a timer. By the way, I've checked this timer. It still works and is still correct. And then when it's done, there's a layer you have to separate. If you're like me and you've had a passing interest in the later models of Polaroid, that seems frickin' weird. But there's one engineering problem they solved there. This thing contains no electronics. There's no wiring. The flash is mechanical. The shutter is mechanical. The timer is mechanical. There's no power to run the little reels to push the film out. This thing is just mechanical pieces, and they are all still in lovely condition. So yeah, it can't use the traditional spit out the picture like you'd expect, and therefore the modern films they're making for Polaroids don't work in it. Yeah, I'm not gonna fork out money for 20-something-year-old film that's not gonna work. Let's be real here. But yeah, I freaking love this design. It's like a pelican. It's just ugly and built for a specific purpose of taking the best possible portraits it can with absolutely no electricity at all. I applaud that effort. I love the focus mechanism. You call it a mechanism. The focus and the shutter speed are set. The only thing you can adjust is the aperture. And the way you tell whether it's in focus or not is it's got this periscope style viewfinder here. You actually see a pair of superimposed identical images in here, and you go to a distance where they line up, and that is what they set the focal distance to be. The mechanical flash is, I think that's a magic cube. It looks like an arrangement of light bulbs, but each light bulb is a small blasting cap with a spring firing pin pointed at a pile of metal shavings. I'm not sure if it's magnesium or what, but yeah, it's a mechanical igniter that burns some metal inside of a light bulb, and that is the flash. Because again, no electricity anywhere. I love this freaking lens here. That is wild. And yeah, there's freaking nothing to this thing. It's all in mechanically perfect condition as far as I can tell. The only thing that's notable is this spreader bar here was filthy when I got it. I am tentatively betting that somebody in the 70s that didn't do a lot of camera stuff bought this thing, used it until the spreader bar got filthy, which probably did not take long, and they were not getting good pictures out of it anymore, so they just set it aside. And the rubber on the grip here dry rotted away. That's all I can figure, because it was just kind of dirty, and that was it. I paid $20 for this. Yeah, bad financial decisions, but it is cool, and I'm going to put it on my shelf. And the Impossible Project, one of their early things they did was they modified some of these to take some more modern films, so they know about them. I am really, really, really hoping they make film for this again soon. I'm trying to think. I think that's all I've got to say about this thing for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice evening. Consider liking and subscribing.